Namaskar, class 7. So, in the continuation of chapter number 2, nutrition in animals, we had discussed the digestion process in human beings, right? So, we finished with the digestion in mouth as well as about the esophagus part we completed. So, today in the continuation of the series, we will study the digestion in stomach as well as in small intestine. Okay, fine. Let's continue. See children, this is the structure of stomach. This is the human stomach. Okay. So this is the esophagus part, the tube-like structure where the food convert into bolus form and reaches to the stomach. Now in stomach, the whole part. Okay. Here the main digestion process starts. Digestion of many things. So stomach is J-shaped structure. It is in the shape of J. Okay. J letter. So stomach is a J-shaped structure which is a bag-like. Okay, it is a bag-like structure. It is present in the left side of the abdomen. Children, abdomen is the tummy area. Okay, and that part is known as internally abdomen. So on the left side of the abdomen, the J-shaped bag-like stomach organ is present. Okay, children. This is very muscular because here the digestion and contraction, relaxation takes place, right? So it is a bag-like muscular elastic organ, right? And also it is thick-walled. The wall of this stomach is thick. Why it is thick? Because whole contraction, relaxation and digestion of the food has to take place here. That is why the wall is thick. Otherwise it will burst out, blast. Okay. Now stomach is very important because as the food reaches from esophagus mouth to stomach, the important digestion of what thing? Protein takes place. Okay children. So in the mouth we had discussed this digestion of the starch part. Now the left out part, other components are also present in food like protein, fats, carbohydrates. They are also supposed to be digested. So in what is the function of stomach? The function of stomach is to digest the proteins. Okay. Now come to the main part. The stomach wall is thick and it contains what? It contains a strong gastric juice. The gastric juice contains hydrochloric acid which is known as HCl and also important enzymes. What is the name of the enzyme? It is pepsin. And mucus. Mucus is the thick jelly-like structure, the saliva we studied in mouth now, that is known as mucus. Okay, the sticky liquid is mucus. So children, as we know that the gastric juice is present in the stomach, this gastric juice contains hydrochloric acid and pepsin enzyme with mucus. Let's take their functions. Okay, first of all discuss about hydrochloric acid. This hydrochloric acid is a very strong acid. We all know. The acid function is to digest the food items as well as to kill the microorganisms which comes along with the chewed food. Okay. So whenever the food enter in the stomach, sometimes some harmful bacteria, microorganisms also enter in the stomach. So they will cause problems in our health, right? So to kill that, the HCl acid, the hydrochloric acid strongly kill them, okay, and make us free from the disease. So this is the function of HCl. Now come to the important enzyme which is present in the stomach is known as pepsin. Pepsin is an enzyme which is required to digest the important component of food known as protein. So digestion of proteins, whatever dal, chana, everything, moong, you are eating children, pulses you are eating as a food item, they all contains rich in proteins, right? So protein digestion is done by pepsin enzyme which is present in stomach. Okay. Now let's move the next part where once the whole digestion takes place. So what is the function of mucus? Mucus helps to maintain the pH as well as also cure or also protect the stomach lining from the strong HCl acid. As I told you, HCl acid is a strong acid. so it will harm the skin of the stomach, okay, and leads to ulcer diseases, okay, which is very difficult. So to protect the mucus, protect the inner lining of the stomach organ, the mucus makes a boundary between the HCl acid and the stomach lining, okay, so that HCl will not destroy the wall of stomach. So I hope the three important functions of these three gastric juices are clear to everybody. Okay, make sure pepsin enzyme is present in stomach, and the function of pepsin enzyme is to digest the protein. I hope this is clear. Let's move to the next organ, which is known as small intestine. Okay, the small intestine is followed by stomach. Okay, stomach, from this part the small intestine begins. So this is the structure of the small intestine. It is a highly coiled tube-like structure and the longest part of the alimentary canal. I told you alimentary canal, okay. Alimentary canal, it has the longest part is known as small intestine, which is around 6 to 7 meters, and it is highly coiled in a abdomen part, lower abdomen part, below the stomach. Okay, here the stomach lies, and it is connected to the small intestine, and this small intestine ends connects to the large intestine. So this whole portion is known as small intestine. So it is coiled tube, longest part, and the walls of the small intestine secretes the intestinal juices. In stomach we studied the gastric juices, okay, but in case of intestine, small intestine, it secretes the intestinal juices. This intestinal juices contains many enzymes, okay, and these enzymes digest the three important components of food. They are carbohydrates, proteins and fats. Okay, let's see. Carbohydrates digested into glucose. Okay, carbohydrate is a form of sugar. Under the function of the enzyme, it will digest and be into a simpler form known as glucose. The formula is C6H12O6. We studied this in photosynthesis process. Now, protein, the second component is going to digest in small intestine is proteins. This will dissociate and form simpler proteins known as amino acids. See children, amino acids are the building block or the smallest unit of proteins. Proteins are very important for our body. And what is amino acids? Amino acids are the smallest unit of protein. Amino acids combine together to form large number of protein chains, okay, and in our human body in day-to-day life the essential amino acids are 20 in number. It means whenever we are eating some proteinaceous food, we should have those 20 amino acids included in our food as a nutrient. Then our body will be fit and we will take a balanced diet, okay. Now come to the third component, that is fats. This fat will digest it and form fatty acids and glycerol. Fats means the food like oil, ghee, butter, cheese, they all contain the fatty acids, lipids. So they are going to dissociate and digest it in the form of fatty acids and glycerol. Let's come to the important thing, about two different organs I want to discuss to you. First thing is gallbladder. See children, here the gallbladder is present. This small bag-like structure connected with a small tube to the small intestine. This is the small intestine part, okay. Till here the stomach part is over. So from here the small intestine begins. So in liver is the largest gland, okay. So liver contains a small bag-like structure known as gallbladder. This gallbladder is having a juice which is known as bile juice. The nature of the bile juice is alkaline. It means the bile juice which is present in gallbladder and produced by the liver, actually bile juice is stored in gallbladder, okay, and it is basic in nature, means it is acid, not acidic, it is alkaline, okay. Now what is the use? It is alkaline in nature, not acid. See children, earlier in stomach the strong acid HCl is present. Okay, that HCl make the food acidic, and acidic thing creates problem in the body, so the digestion of fat will not take place. So gallbladder produce bile juice which is alkaline in nature or basic in nature. It will maintain the pH of the food. It is very important to balance the pH of the food so that the other components are going to be digested easily. So bile juice, the function is to digest the fats into tiny particle rock-like structure. This is known as emulsification of fats. What is the term we use? We use emulsification term when bile juice digests the fats into tiny drop-like structure or tiny particles. I hope this is clear. Now come to the next important organ, pancreas. Pancreas is a very small gland. It is a gland, children, and this gland is present beneath or below the stomach. The lower part of the stomach, it is present. So this is the location of pancreas. This pancreas is very important because it produces insulin hormone. I hope you all have studied. You heard this name. What is insulin? Insulin is a very important enzyme which regulates the metabolism of sugar or carbohydrates in human body. If the insulin level is more or decreased, or I can say disturbed, so the person will get diabetes, 2 types of different diabetes. Okay, that is why to maintain the pancreas, insulin is very important. Insulin is a very important hormone. It is very important hormone. Okay, so pancreas contains pancreatic juices. These pancreatic juices break the starch into sugar, the left starch into sugar and protein into amino acid. Hence till here the final digestion of the food is completed, and in absorption part I will discuss about the villi, which is the organ of small intestine. Okay, but till here this is clear that in stomach and small intestine, the 2 important organs help in the digestion of the important components of the food. I hope this is clear to everybody. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Be happy, be healthy.